Very excited to be joined by Carl Edwards. And Carl, this is going to be a really different year for you. You've changed teams completely. You're with Joe Gibbs Racing. What's that like?
Yep. Well, it's been really great so far. I'm actually working with crew chief Darian Grubb that beat me in the championship in 2011. So that's been neat to figure out how he works. Joe Gibbs has been amazing. We've got a new sponsor in Eris, and I'm driving a Toyota this year. So everything has changed, and I'm really looking forward to the Daytona 500. I'm as excited about this 500 as I was about my first one. So it should be a really fun year.
How has the transition been? Because you are basically working with a completely new team, correct?
Yes, it's a huge transition, and to be honest, the biggest difference is I've changed seats. And I know that sounds silly, but I've got a new crew chief, a new team, a new car, a new shop, all new guys. But the biggest change is the seat. I've been driving the same seat for about 10 years, and they have a different seat. So that's been really the toughest part. And I guess if that's the toughest part, I'm okay.
Yeah, you got to get that perfect implant into the chair and make sure it's nice and comfortable. Because if 500, that's a long way to go. What do you think about the changes that they're making there at Daytona with Daytona Rising?
Well, Daytona Rising is huge. They've got 40,000 new seats that I guess are the most comfortable seats in all of sports. I mean, it's the biggest spectacle in racing. And right now where I sit, the weather down there looks pretty good. So we're going to try to get a bunch of folks to come down and enjoy the race. It's February 22nd. And like I said, it's the biggest race of the year. So for me, I've never won the Daytona 500. I don't think Joe Gibbs Racing has won a Daytona 500. So yeah, they won one. I think it's 21 years ago or something. So it's a big opportunity for us to start the season right.
Let me ask you something a little tough here. If you had to pick one, Sprint Cup champ or Daytona 500, which one?
It's Sprint Cup champ. I mean, that's what I'm here to do.
Yeah, sure.
But I'll tell you what, on the last lap of the 500, nobody's thinking about anything other than that trophy, and that's why it's such a neat race to watch. It's the anxiety and the tension and all that stuff just builds up. It's amazing. The last lap of that race is like nothing else I've ever been a part of.
Do you go into the 500 with maybe a different mindset, strategy, or is every race pretty much the same idea?
So I'll tell you how everybody goes into the 500. They do a lot of self-talk. They say, you know what, we're going to go in here, we're going to race a smart race. It's a long season. You know, we don't want to crash. We don't want to do something stupid. And then literally about halfway through the race, everyone loses their minds. They're thinking about the huge payoff, the history that could be made and all this stuff. And then it just turns into just a really hardcore race.
Now, as you said, it is a long season. They've made some changes though this year, haven't they? Not only there's more breaks in the schedule, but they've also changed when some of the races hit. I think it makes it a little easier on your crews, not bouncing back and forth across the country.
Right, so we'll start at Daytona, go to Atlanta, and then we'll go on a West Coast swing and run, I believe it's Vegas, California, and Phoenix. So it does make it a little easier on us. And at the end of the day, I mean, we basically travel where the weather is nice. We travel where the fans want us to be at that time of year. And we've really had some pretty awesome crowds. So hopefully it works out for the fans. I mean, it's easy for us. We jump in the airplane or they throw a car in the hauler and we're just there to race.
See, I always thought it was like Days of Thunder. I always thought you were in a truck just going all around the country. It's not like that? You get to fly?
We actually get to fly, yes.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Where did the backflip come from?
The backflip was, I took it from another driver, Tyler Walker, and then also I grew up in Missouri, and Ozzie Smith was huge. His backflip was amazing, which I think he can still do it. I did a promotion with him or a deal with the Cardinals a while back. So I stole that idea, and it's the hardest part of winning, actually, as I get older.
Now, you had a very good year last year. You got into the chase, came in 9th in points. So, you didn't win the whole thing, but it's still a very, very good year. What would be a good year for you this year? Is it championship or bust?
Yeah, well, 9th in points is not good for me. All right, man, we're here to win. So,
okay.
So yeah, that's what we're here to do. And yeah, we did have some wins, and it was really fun. It was a good year last year, but. That's it. I want to win this championship. I've been doing this for about 10 years. We've been very close, so it's time to win one.
Now, if the racing thing doesn't work out, are you going to be doing more Sarah Evans videos or no?
That was pretty fun. She's really cool. You know what? The biggest thing I found out from the Sarah Evans videos, there are a lot of there's Sarah Evans stalkers basically in the NASCAR garage. All these guys are in love with her, and so it was fun for me to get to do the video with her.
Yeah, good deal. All right, well, Carl, we appreciate you spending some time with us today, and good luck next month at Daytona.
All right, can't wait to come down there. Thank you.
Good deal.